the second videos in which we will cover the writing skill section. The writing skills section, there are three topics, which are organizing ideas, linking ideas, and writing a discursive essay. Exercise number 1. Brainstorm arguments for and against mobile phones. And there is a study skill here about organizing ideas. When writing an essay it means مقالة, where you have to give two sides of an argument. So when you're writing essay, we should give two sides of argument. One side is argument for, and the other side is argument against. Organize your ideas into arguments for and arguments against, and give some examples. Write a paragraph for and a paragraph against. So in one paragraph we should focus on the argument for example, giving advantages. Then a second paragraph about argument against, for example, disadvantages. Giving your ideas in a logical order. Write an introduction and a conclusion. Writing paragraphs without introduction or a conclusion, it means very bad writing. So we should introduce our paragraph by writing an introduction paragraph, and also we should end our paragraph with a conclusion paragraphs. Give you your personal opinion in the conclusion, because in the first paragraph and the second paragraph we mentioned what people said or the opinion of others. So in the final conclusion paragraph we should give our opinion and decide if we are with using this thing or against. We should decide we are for or against. In exercise 1, brainstorm arguments for and against mobile phones. So we remember brainstorm, it means to find something by still thinking about what we want to write about. So in this exercise we have mobile phone and we have two arguments for mobile phones or against mobile phone. Some people say that mobile phone can make a call at any time and anywhere, and this is an advantage of using mobile phone. So this is argument for. The other may say that mobile phone is annoying in a public places, for example in a restaurant, because all people are talking to people in a mobile phone, or it is still ringing all the time, so it may annoy the other people. So this is against using mobile phone. If you have another for or against, please write this in a paper. Now in exercise 2 we have an essay about mobile phone. It is required to read the essay, and did you have the same ideas? It means, are you agree or disagree with the same ideas? mobile phones. The first paragraph, paragraph A, mobile phones are now part of our everyday lives. Most people find them essential and couldn't manage without them. However, there are also some drawbacks to owning and using a mobile phone. Almost this paragraph, paragraph A, is an introduction paragraph in which we show that the main topic of this article is about mobile phone. And also we show that there are advantages and disadvantages. Advantages because most people find them essential. Essential means important. And disadvantages because there are also some drawbacks. And drawbacks means negative point or disadvantages. The second paragraph, there are three main advantages to having mobile phone. So this is the topic sentence, as the main message in this sentence shows that there are three main advantages. So we predict that this paragraph shows three main advantages. First, second, and third. Firstly, there is the convenience of being able to make or receive a phone call at any time and in any place. And this is clear. This is an advantage because mobile phone make it convenient to have a call anytime and any place. Secondly, they are essential for keeping in touch with family and friends. And this second advantage may need explaining. So, the explaining of the second advantage is shown in the next sentence. Parents worried about their children can always ring them to check they are safe, and children can let their family know if they are going to be late home. Finally, this is the third advantage. Mobile phones can save lives. So, the third advantage is mobile phone can save lives. But we need to understand how mobile phone can save life. In this case, the writer gives us an example to explain the third advantage and started the sentence of the example with for example. For example, if there is an accident, help can be called immediately wherever the accident takes place. So this is an example to show or to explain the last advantage. Now let's go to the third paragraph. See, on the other hand, it means on the opposite opinion, or however, it means however. There are significant problems with the use of mobile phones. So it means we will talk about the problems of using mobile phone or disadvantages. But it doesn't show how many advantages there are. In the first place, using mobile phones can cause accidents. Using mobile phone can cause accidents. Are you agree? We need an explaining of this. So the writer wrote, for instance, in order to explain the first disadvantage. For instance, when people are driving and using their phone at the same time. So when people are driving and using mobile at the same time, it means it will be danger. It will be danger uh, to use mobile phone, and this may cause accident. In addition, it means the second one. The loud use of mobile phones in public places such as restaurants and cinemas is rude and can be very irritating for other people. This is the second disadvantage, and its meaning is clear. I think it is not. There is no need to show or to give an example for this disadvantage. Lastly, there has been an increase in street crime directly related to mobile phones. Crime, جرائم. So, the third advantage show that the increase in the street crime because of the mobile phone, and this is not clear and need explaining. So the writer give an example. People have been attacked and their phones stolen from them. So it means that when people have expensive mobile phone, they may attacked by who want to steal them. So this paragraph is about disadvantages. So now we have the conclusion paragraph. In conclusion, I believe that this is my opinion. Despite the disadvantages, mobile phones are essential to modern life, and that the advantages of owning one are far greater than the disadvantages. So it means that I agree with using mobile phone. I agree with the advantages of using mobile phone. So this is an example of discursive essay. Discursive essay in which there is arguments for and arguments against something, and the main topic is mobile phone. The main structure of this kind of essay should be started with introduction, then a paragraph of argument for or against, and the second paragraph or the third paragraph should be argument against or for. The last one should be conclusion paragraph. Now let's go to exercise 3. Consider the purpose of each paragraph. Which paragraph A, B, C, or D have these purposes? Now, let us start with the first one. Which paragraph says why mobile phone use can be a good thing? Which paragraph says why mobile phone use can be a good thing? So, using mobile phone is a good thing. It means we will talk about advantages, and this means that paragraph B says why mobile phone use can be a good thing because it focuses on the advantages. Now, which paragraph introduces the subject? Which paragraph introduces the subject? So it is clearly that paragraph 1 is the introduction one, and it introduces the subject. So paragraph A introduces the subject. Which paragraph concludes and gives the writer's opinion? This is the last one. Paragraph D concludes and gives the writer's opinion. Which paragraph says why mobile phone use can be a bad thing? It means these disadvantages, and almost paragraph C Paragraph C says why mobile phone use can be a bad thing. Exercise number 4, and we have study skill here. Study skill is about linking ideas. Linking ideas to help the reader understand your writing and follow your ideas. Link short, simple idea. Use some linking words. You remember in the previous lectures we talked about linking ideas, and you remember however, but, and although that can be used in linking contrast ideas, and you remember and, because, so, after, unfortunately, and other linking ideas. And today we have another group of linking words, which are firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally, lastly, for more than one argument or idea. So in order to say what are the advantages or what are the disadvantages, we can use these linking words. Firstly, secondly, finally. However, we all know about however because it is used to link contrast ideas. Also, we have another linking words have the same meaning of however, which are on the other hand. On the other hand, it means however. Despite also has the same meaning for a contrast between two ideas. For instance, and for example, is used to give an example or to illustrate an idea. Finally, in conclusion, to sum up, is for the final comment, is to say that we are in the conclusion paragraph. Now let's go back to the exercise 4. Go back through the essay, underline 12 linking words and phrases. Write them in this table. So we have this table, which is divided into 4 groups. The first one is about sequence, which means firstly, secondly, and lastly, finally. Also, we have contrast, for example, however, in spite of. Examples, for example, for instance, and ending to conclude, to sum up, or in conclusion. So let's go to the essay, and let us start with the first group of the linking words, which is sequence linking words. We have firstly, secondly, finally, and also in the first place. Lastly, also can be in this group. So we can write them secondly, finally, in the first place, lastly, in addition to firstly. Now we have the second group, which is contrast linking word, and we have however, on the other hand, and despite. However, on the other hand. The third group is examples, and we have for example and for instance. For example and for instance. And finally, we have endings linking words, which are in conclusion. This is the only one, in conclusion. Exercise number 5. Read the essay title Do you agree or disagree with it? So we have a title of an essay, but we don't have the essay, and we need to say if we are agree or not agree with the title. The title is access to satellite and internet television does more harm than good. So it means that we have two contrast ideas about using satellite and internet televisions. Some ideas are to say they are harm and the other to say they are good. So we need to say if you are agree or disagree with using satellite and internet television, and also say what are the advantages or disadvantages of using satellite and internet television. Number 6. So number 5 should be your homework. Number 6 as well is a homework in which divide argument 1 to 6 into those that support the essay title against satellite internet TV and those that disagree with it for satellite internet TV. Add one or more argument to each list. So we have 6 arguments because the essay title was that using satellite and internet television is harm. It means that the main topic is argument against the satellite internet. So when you are agree, it means you are agree that using satellite and internet television is harm, is not good. And if you are disagree, it means that your argument is for satellite and internet television. Now we have six arguments, and we need to say which one of them is for and which one of them are against. And also you can add more argument. Number 1, people, especially children, have access to programs with unsuitable content. Almost, this is against. 2, it gives people access to programs around the world, the opportunity to learn about the other cultures. This is for. Number 3, a huge choice of programs is available, something for every interest. For example, sport, music, film, documentary channels, and this is for. Number 4, more access to TV encourages people, especially children, to watch more TV. So there is less time for hobbies or family. So this is against. Number 5, programs in other languages, for example, English, can support language learning, and this is for. Finally, the programs available may not be culturally appropriate, and this is against. So you need to organize them in this table, which one of them for and which one of them are against, and add your argument. Now we reach to the final part, which is writing a discursive essay, exercise number 7. Complete the essay using the arguments from exercise 6. Link ideas with words and phrases from exercise 4. Follow the organization in the books. Write about 200 words. So, you will now write an essay, specifically a discursive essay about 200 words only, and the title of the essay is Access to Satellite and Internet Television Does More Harm Than Good. Uh, you have the introduction part, which is many people have strong feelings about the value of television, especially now that programs are available through satellite and over the internet. There are those who suggest that increased access to these programs does more harm than good. However, there are those who insist that it is a good thing. So you have the first paragraph. You should now write the second paragraph. Paragraph 2, satellite and internet TV does harm, and give some examples. Use the argument in exercise 6 and use the linking ideas from exercise 4. Paragraph 3. Write about the satellite and internet TV is good with examples. Also, you can use the arguments in exercise 6 and use the linking words in exercise 4. Paragraph 4. Write conclusions and your opinions. Also, you can use linking ideas from exercise 4. Don't forget to write only 200 words. Now we reached to the end of this lecture. In the next lecture, we will continue to cover the remaining sections of Unit 4 and then move to cover the first section of Unit 5. Thank you for listening and paying attention, and see you next week.